Well, we are on our way back. Just dropped Johnny off at his apartment. I am on my way back. You know what we should do, Ollie? Want to get a drink from Starbucks? Or from... Nah, let's not. We'll just go home. So we're on our way home. Johnny lives about 10 minutes north of me. We jumped in today. We were just driving around. We had to put try to take the trot and hobbles out and get them fixed out dropped off to get fixed at the tack shop and pick up the two that we had dropped off last week. And Kirby went and dropped some horses off. And of course I said we trained a lot of horses in the race bike today. And I was worried we had to train 50 horses at Mohawk. That was before I saw the job Harvey Crickmore did on the track at Campbellville Tomiko Training Center. My God almighty, it feels like the Delaware County Fairgrounds out there now. And you can tell it isn't just the speed, it's the way they're doing it. The horses didn't put a step in. Never got out of gear once. There was no hesitation. They blast right through the turns where you'd watch them before sometimes. And as I said, a good indicator was the speed they were going this morning. But a horse like Giddy Up Max has not made mistakes, but you had to watch him. He'd get out of gear sometimes. Not a lot, but the odd rolly step here and there. Nothing today. And when my mile was in 56 and a bit. Now, sure, as I said, and I'll continue to say it, track's short. But how short? I don't really care if 56. I don't care if 58. It's a big mile on a half-mile track. So, I'm going to give you my top 10 list from yesterday, the babies. Now, the babies were nothing short of awesome. And I know there are horses, so I'm going to gush about them, and there's going to be people out there that maybe aren't our clients that are watching this video saying, yeah, I'm sure they were all awesome, Anthony. But truthfully speaking, you guys just see the video. I don't have to gush about it. Just watch the video. As I said, we had 5 breakers. 3 of them are amongst our best horses in the barn. One of them was a horse that we just got to rejig his equipment a little bit in Jessie Balboa. And the other filly just touched her knee and made a break coming out of the turn. You didn't even see her. Sunshine and May was going to win her set yesterday with Johnny in the bike, and she made a break coming out of the last turn. Snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, as they say. But she was very, very good. So let's talk about the other horses. My top 10 lists are getting much harder to do after yesterday. You know, we didn't talk much about a no free lunch, right? Didn't talk much about lunch. What, honey?
When I was riding Polly, I made a break, but I still managed to stay on.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. That is awesome news. Ollie was out riding the pony today with a miniature jog cart on. He was pretty pumped.
No, I wasn't using the jog cart.
What were you using?
I was using this bike.
Oh, that little pony race bike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, as I said, we didn't do much talking about no free lunch, right? How good did he look yesterday? And it isn't the speed, it's how he did it. He moved him to the front at the quarter, never let go of the bit, this horse. Not pulling, just sharp. Driving away, last half 59, last quarter in 29, mile in 2.6, 2.7, something like that, and was just very, very good. So let's get right to it. My top 10 list for yesterday, just for yesterday. In number 10, I have no free lunch, coincidentally. And that's how good this list is for me from yesterday. No free lunch, a horse that I thought was fantastic 2 weeks ago when I went with him. Clearly very, very good and even better yesterday for Mario. No free lunch was nothing short of awesome. Number 9, Eternity Road. Now, I might have just picked him off at the wire. And, obviously I had a pacer, he had a trotter, and I was flying. Eternity Road was good yesterday, but James said, got a little out of gear. So, never offered to run, but we're going to have him looked at again. This is a big, heavy colt. I need to know if anything's bothering him or if it's just that he might be touching himself a little bit. There were some marks on his high trotting boot behind. If that's the case, fine. It's a wasted trip, but at least there's some solace in that. So Tuesday, Northern Blizzard and Eternity Road are going up to the vet again to get looked at. Just want to make sure everything's all right with this horse. I'm sure it is, but especially after Rose Run Why Not had that issue where she ended up with a line in her knee, I don't want to take any chances with Eternity Road also. So I want to make sure that no stone is unturned with this guy. This is a horse I think is a serious contender in Ohio this year. Want to make sure we take care of him. So, number 9, Eternity Road. Number 8, Miss Meringue. Miss Meringue was absolutely awesome, and she's peaking at the right time. For the people out there that maybe think, Miss Meringue was okay before, but is she good enough? She's good enough. She's as good as any Ohio bred we have on the property right now. She trotted her last half in a minute, last quarter in 30 seconds the other day, a mile in 2.7, 2.8, something like that. But she was awesome. And Miss Meringue is now starting to show why we ended up touting her as our most expensive horse last year. Our go-to filly in Ohio from the sale, at least. It never ever happened. It doesn't always happen like that, but at the same time, it does feel great when it works out that way. So Miss Meringue, clearly lots of talent with Miss Meringue going into the summer of 2020. Number 7, Wellin' Down. Wellin' Down looked very, very, very good yesterday. She jumped over a little pile of crap coming out of the turn and come up pacing instead of making a break. She was flying at the wire. And for many of you that watch Wellin' Down, for many that own Wellin' Down, you know she's had problems right at the wire making breaks. She couldn't be going any faster. Her legs couldn't be hitting the ground any faster than they were going under the wire yesterday. Never put a step in. Pulled her hobbles in, made a couple little tiny equipment changes, but they have made the difference of the world in this filly. And Wellin' Down was nothing short of awesome. What is going on here? Maybe this thing's not picking up. This is annoying. Anyway, Wellin' Down comes in at number 7. Oh, there we go. My car wash thingy. That's all right. I got her. Yeah. I get a car wash thing where it's up from my house where I go and get a car wash sometimes. Anyway, so that was number 7 was Wellin' Down. Number 6, Captain's Maid. This filly left no stones unturned yesterday. Right to the front, dropped into the 2-hole, and was flying at the wire. Captain's Maid was nothing short of awesome yesterday. 2 moved her, and she was loaded going under the wire. Harry has done an incredible job with her, and she looked awesome. Roy Hill. I didn't know what Roy Hill would be like. To be honest, he's been a little bit lackluster the last little while. And when I cut Roy Hill loose in the last turn, I'm like, he's going to be second, and he's going to be okay. He actually run down the horse. He showed a lot of maturity doing what he did yesterday. I was very, very impressed with Roy Hill. Number 3, Braemar. What do I got to say about Braemar? Braemar looked like a killer the week before last. I see. The week before last, he looked like a killer. And yesterday, I moved him first over, coming into the stretch, and he ran down a very, very good horse. Make no mistake, Braemar is no joke. This is a serious, serious colt. Hold on, bud. Number 2, Blue Monk. What I got to say about Blue Monk? Blue Monk is a monster also. Put him on the front. Yeah, I clipped Johnny a little bit halfway down the lane, but he was absolutely fantastic going under the wire. And number 1, Won My Heart Hanover, going in the car wash. Number 1, Won My Heart Hanover, absolutely awesome. I can't say enough about this filly, how smart she is. Her weakest part of training is being on the front, and that's how good she was on the front yesterday. This is a filly that I have the highest of highest hopes for this year. Very, very impressed with her, and I can't say enough about Won My Heart Hanover. So, top 10 list. No Free Lunch, Eternity Road, Miss Meringue, Wellin' Down, Captain's Maid, Roy Hill, Braemar, Blue Monk, Won My Heart Hanover. It's about to get loud in here. We'll be back in just a minute with my top 10 list overall.